Alrighty, as a quick review of what we did yesterday, or today, depending on when you're watching this video, I'd like you to try these on your own. So pause the video, give these a shot, and then I will throw the answers up here. Alrighty, so let's see how we did. Should have gotten 6x minus 24, negative 9x plus 6, because negative, negative. And here we should have gotten positive 4x plus 4, because negative, 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 negative. Alrighty, if you're still having trouble with those, we need to come in and get some extra help. Combining like terms, not a really tough concept, but really challenges your ability to see objects as numbers. Okay, so I'm going to look here and I'm going to make sure that every variable has a number in front of it, or AND's method. Okay, negative x squared, that should be a negative 1x squared. And we talked a little bit about this last year, that an x squared is just a variable, so that x squareds are just floating around in space, and there is a negative one of those. 5x are just 5 x's floating around in space. Okay? And what we want to do is find all of these variables that are similar and put them together. We can't combine an x squared and an x because they're not the same variable. Okay, just like how this is a negative 4, but there's no variable attached to it, so it's just a negative 4. So that can't be combined with these 5 x's. Okay, so I'm going to clear up this board here real quick. My point is that each variable can be combined only with itself. So I'm going to underline this x squared here, and I'm going to look for any other x squared terms. And I don't see any, so I'm just going to move this down here and combine it with nothing, negative 1x squared. Then I start to look at the next term, which is a 5x, and there are 5 of them, positive 5 of them. And I look around for other x's. Now here's where you got to be real careful. There are not 3 x's here. There are negative 3 x's here. I'm going to combine those with the positive 5 x's to give me positive 2 x's. So they went down there. Finally, I look at the extra numbers. I see a negative 4 and a negative 2. Those are going to combine together to give me negative 6 of the leftovers. And that's my answer. Okay. I would like you to try these two on your, actually, I'll do the top one and then we'll have you try the bottom. So don't pause it yet. If you'd like to, you can, and it'll be just fine. So here, I look at my x squareds first, and I don't see any other x squared, so I go negative 5x squared. That should be a negative 1x. And I can combine it with a positive 6x. So in positive 6, negative 1 should be positive 5x. Here I look at the negative, or positive 8, sorry, and the negative 8, they will combine to be negative 2. Now I'd like you to pause it and try the bottom one on your own. So I see negative 3x squareds there, and I see 1x squared here. Negative 3, positive 1 should be negative 2 x squareds, not x to the 4th, x squareds. Now here I look at positive 2x, and I look at positive 7x. They're going to combine to be positive 9x. And then the leftovers is just negative 4. So that's our answer. Alrighty, now we're going to include what we did yesterday or today, depending. And gets a little bit trickier. It adds one step, basically. So I know 3x doesn't combine with anything on the first step, so I bring it down. But now, I see parentheses, which means distributive property. Anytime you see parentheses, it means the distributive property. Combine, I get plus 6 plus 4x. Now I combine the x's together to give me 7x plus 6, or 6 plus 7x, doesn't matter. Down here on the bottom, it looks like we have two distributive properties. The first one's pretty easy. It should just give us 4x minus 4. But the second one, this is where it gets really hard with distributive property. You have to distribute the whole negative 3. Not 3 with a negative up front, but a whole negative 3 needs to be distributed. So I'm going to distribute this to give me negative 3x plus negative 3 times 2, which is negative 3x minus 6. Seems really similar to saying 3x plus 6, but they're so different, and they will mess up your whole problem if you don't get that right. Last step, we just combine to give me 1x, or just x, minus 10. Okay, I'd like you to pause and try this on your own. And we're back. Someday I'm just going to come back breaking out in song. I'm not going to do it now. That would be embarrassing, even though there's only me here. So, I lost my train of thought. All right. We need to distribute in the negative 2 here. I'm going to bring the 8 down first. I'm going to distribute the negative 2. So I should get negative 2x minus 8. That's going to combine with nothing. 8's going to combine with negative 8 to be plus 0, or just negative 2x. Either way is fine. Down here on the bottom, 2x plus 6. Got to be careful with the negative 3 and the negative 1x. So I should get minus 15 plus 3x, because negative 2x and 3x become 5x. 6 and negative 15 become negative 9. And kaboom, we're done. Here is your assignment to bring to class tomorrow. Okay, these will be graded when you walk in and corrected when you walk in. Your assignment that you will do tomorrow in class, okay, if you forgot how the flipped classroom works, in class tomorrow is right there. Have a great night.